Hey guys, welcome to my favorite type of videos that I make on this channel because honestly, I've been trying to learn how to sound like an American for over 6 years now, starting with the day when I first came to the US and realized that American English is very different from what I used to learn at a school back home in Russia. So today, we're gonna go through a couple more things that I've been noticing that Americans do. And if your goal is to sound more American, or at least to understand what's going on in a mouth of a native speaker, this video is for you. These are the tips that help me sound more like an American, and these are the tips that I notice. And again, a quick disclaimer, I'm not a native speaker, I'm just a person who is super excited about the English language, and I love digging into details. And disclaimer number 2, doesn't really matter what type of accent you have. The only thing that matters in this life is whether you're a good person or not, and any accent is great. Again, I'm just a person who is madly in love with accents, and the American accent is one of my favorites, so let's get started. One of the things that I noticed that Americans do not pronounce is actually the sound D. And of course, not all the time, but in particular situations. Let's look at a couple of sentences. I found my laptop. 10 years ago, I would say I found my laptop. But the more I listen to Americans, the more I realize that sometimes they just make the D sound kind of disappear in these sentences. Just listen to it. I found my laptop. I found. It's kind of, you stop with an N in the word found.
He found Titan, he found the witness.
Again, one thing that helps me explain things to myself when I hear something like that is that Americans strive for simplicity, and by omitting the D sound, you try to omit another stop when you're saying something. So I found my laptop sounds not as smooth as I found my laptop.
Fireman found me.
Let me show you a couple more. We should treat everyone with kindness. One of the mistakes that I've been making as a non-native speaker, I would say sugar, because, well, oo sound, this is the way we pronounce it. But in reality, a lot of Americans would just, it's kind of a smile when you say sugar. You don't really round your lips. So this is the first thing. But let's talk about the D sound. We should treat everyone with kindness. Kindness. Not kindness, kindness, again, this kind of artificial stop. Kindness. Sounds smoother.
He treated me with a kindness that I'd never experienced before.
Now this one is cool. I bought almond milk. I bought. This is called glottal stop, and it's a stop that you make with your throat. So instead of saying bought, you say ba. It's, by the way, very typical in Great Britain and Scotland, when they make those glottal stops. I bought almond milk, almond milk. See, we're again avoiding the D sound.
That's why you're eating those almond cookies.
She invited my friend and me to dinner. So here there are 2 words where we omit the D sound. Friend and me to dinner.
You're my best friend, and I've never met anyone like you before.
So it's all about making your speech simpler in a way that you also don't confuse people by the way you're pronouncing certain words. And let's look at another sentence. And pay attention here. The company has earned more than $10 million so far. Has earned more. So here we're kind of indicating that there was supposed to be ED at the end of this word, but we're not amplifying it. The company has earned more than. Again, it sounds smoother.
They're well reminded of our strength, and you have earned their respect and my gratitude.
And again, guys, in the US, the country of immigrants, people speak with a lot of different accents. So what I'm saying here doesn't apply to 100% of people, but this is what I've been noticing a lot here in California, when I travel to New York, when I travel to bigger cities. So something to pay attention to. Let's stop for a moment here. A lot of you guys think that you will get rid of your accent by watching videos on YouTube. The thing is, accent is a very complicated thing. I've been living in the US for over 7 years, and my English sounds okay, but it's still not the native speaker level. But the thing is, no matter what accent you have, It is beautiful. We often forget that English is not just the language that is spoken in the US and in the UK. It is the language that is used all over the world by people with different accents. But it doesn't mean you shouldn't work on your pronunciation. And this is why we're here. Teachers from LinguaTrip, a company that I co-founded, created a pronunciation handbook. In this handbook, we covered all of the basics of American English pronunciation. And if you're thinking now, can you actually learn pronunciation by reading a book? Of course you can't. This is why we made this handbook really interactive. It has interactive features like video clips and exercises to get you practicing right away. Your teachers will be Angela, who's a native English speaker and an ESL teacher, and my very good friend Venya, a person who mastered American pronunciation by himself and created his own language learning methodology and can teach you all of the nuances of learning correct pronunciation. They will explain and show how to make sounds like an American, where to put your tongue, how to open your mouth. And this is the most exciting thing, because for me, pronunciation and accent are like muscles that you train with a trainer by yourself. But once your muscles remember how they should work, accent just starts flowing out of you automatically without you thinking about it. Today, you can purchase this interactive handbook with a 50% discount. The link is in the description. All right, let's move on. I just love my today's outfit because it allows me to do so many fun things in the video. Okay, glottal stop, my favorite. I remember when I was 14 and I first came to the UK, as I mentioned in this video, people in the UK love glottal stops. So because I was fascinated by the British version of English, I decided that I'm gonna learn the glottal stop. And when I did it for the first time, one of my friends was like, wow, Marina, you just did a glottal stop right there. That sounds so cool, so British, and I was so proud of myself. So anyways, let's talk about the glottal stop. Another thing that native speakers often do is that they avoid pronouncing the sound T in certain sentences and words, and they tend to replace this sound with a glottal stop. Let's look at a couple of examples. That instead of that. What's that? What's that?
What's that?
Hot instead of hot. Hot coffee. Hot coffee. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I just want you to understand the difference between the sound T and the glottal stop. Hot versus hot.
It's hot.
Hot coffee!
Right. Am I right? Some people do not pronounce T at the end of the word right.
Right. It's okay.
Let's look at another sentence. They sent me a great gift. See? No T. Great gift.
Great job, loser. Way to lead.
Let's read a sentence together. Look at this sentence. How would you read it if you wanted to avoid the sound T the way some Americans do it? I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. See, the T sound doesn't really happen. The tongue never touches the top of our mouth.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
There are a couple more widely used expressions where T is silent. What's up versus what's up. If you haven't heard this phrase yet, well, you probably heard because there's a messenger called WhatsApp, which is slightly different, but a lot of Americans, instead of saying hi, they would say, what's up? What's up? How are you doing? What's going on? So what's up replaces hi.
What's up?
Now, the more effortless way to avoid saying the sound T is to replace it with a D, because it's easier. Like, try pronouncing T. There's too much effort involved, right? Because you are breathing out. And because you're pushing out air. With D, you're not pushing it out, you're smoothly singing, kind of. So what Americans do sometimes is that they replace the sound T with the sound D. Let's look at a phrase. Check it out. 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 It's even like D that almost sounds like an R. Check it out. Check it out. So check it out, because T is a sound that creates a lot of stops. Check it out, right? In order to smooth it out, you say check it out, check it out. And the first T in this phrase, in the word it, is replaced with a D. And the second T in the out is actually omitted. It's check it out, check it out, check it out. check it out. Something like that.
Check it out.
By the way, guys, I'm learning how to sing again in English. It really helps me with the accent, it helps me with my confidence in general. And what I love about English is there is so much freedom in ways how you pronounce certain things. And sometimes when you sing, like if I had a phrase, check it out, it would be hard for me to sing that fragment. But because I can say, check it out, check it out, check it out, my voice feels so much better. And one of the things that we're working on with my vocal coach is how to pronounce certain things when we sing. And sometimes that pronunciation has nothing to do with the real world pronunciation of some words. And this is why a lot of you guys, and I definitely had this, I had a hard time understanding a lot of American songs because I was listening to like this Britney Spears, Oh Baby Baby, and she doesn't sing Oh Baby Baby, she's saying something else. But this is probably what her vocal coach told her to do. It's just so crazy how people modify words for the sake of their own comfort. And we, non-native speakers, just struggle with that. You know, we have to live with that. We have to realize that sometimes the thing that we've just heard actually means a word that we all know is just pronounced in a certain way. Okay, anyways, let's move on. Have you ever heard a native speaker say, ish? How old is she? 30-ish? What does that mean? When you say ish with your answer, you know an approximate answer. It's not like you don't know anything at all. This word ish is used to express that you have an idea about something, but you do not know the exact number. And normally it's used with numbers, times, and quantities. However, there are also cases when ish is used with adverbs, adjectives, and prepositions. Let's look at an example. Are you hungry? Yeah. Ish. I am kind of hungry. Not too hungry, but I'm getting there. How was the test? It was easy. Ish. It was kind of easy. Not like way too easy, but overall easy.
To see your friendly-ish face-ish.
Alright guys, that was it for me for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please hit the subscribe button to subscribe to this channel. And please share this video with all of your friends who are struggling to understand Americans. I hope it was useful. Please comment down below if it was useful, because I use your comments to fuel my inner creator to create more ideas for you guys. Thank you so much, and I will see you very, very soon on this channel. Bye!